Time series foundation is about data evolving in time. This is what the first two words mean. The third word means something you build upon. In this case, we are talking about a .NET toolset for building applications and for helping people to understand the data evolving in time and forecast the future behavior of this data based on past behavior. Here is the structure of the product at a glance. As you can see, it doesn't have too many layers. Maybe a couple of dozen of APIs and interfaces for forecasting, event analysis, and also some friendly middleware to help the thing communicate with Excel. But before we talk a little bit more about building things on top of this. Let's look at the things that have been already pre-built and are available out of the box. Such as something that allows you to do beautiful forecasts shown here, complete with future behavior, seasonality analysis, and outlier detection here. Or you can get a very beautiful forecast of future calendar event impact if you know what historically the impact of event of a certain type was. So to be able to do something like that, you really have to have something packaged, and what it is a Excel add-in that gives interface to a certain subset of the time series foundation and allows to do things like forecasting future events, forecasting future behavior. Once you have sucked in your data, you can do such a forecast shown in the red line here, and then you can also estimate the uncertainty of this prediction, which we would always recommend you to do. Here, because of the troubled past of this data, the future is not very certain. We have relatively smooth expected behavior, and we also have a broadening envelope of possibilities around it. So you can see that the further you go into the future, the broader is the array of actual possibilities. So another important thing is to be able to figure out what are, or rather what were, the most significant changes in your data behavior, or what were the outliers in your data. In this chart here, they are marked out with triangles and diamonds, and also with a red background in the data column. And so you can do as many forecasts or as many analysis as you want, and they all get nicely stacked in as a separate spreadsheets in a workbook, which then can be saved and shared with other people and used either inside the time series foundation environment or really outside of it as well, as a completely standalone document. However, as I already mentioned, only a subset of the functionality is exposed that way. This is because of the performance considerations. Usually the Excel users, the business analytics kind of people, are impatient and want data to be analyzed and the forecast to brought out sooner. And for the more intricate analysis, more flexible one, using the full power of the time series foundation functionality, you would have to code something, and this is not a huge amount of code. In fact, it takes a line or two to suck in the data that is stored in a file, and you can do it either in form of the straight flat array of doubles, or you can format it as a dictionary of date value pairs, where the date concepts are then used in the forecast and understanding, kind of binding the analysis to the actual timeline. So having sucked in a collection of series here, you can then loop through them and for each series do several things. For example, it's recommended that outliers and deviant patterns are detected using one of the available outlier detectors, generating the entire detection history. And then, of course, the most popular thing is to instantiate a forecaster and do a prediction with it, which takes just a couple of lines of code. We recommend wrapping it into a try catch if your application is mission critical. So this way you get the full forecast out, and you can go ahead and use it. However, another service that is available in the TSF is some code that helps format and project this data into a external Excel workbook, and basically this allows to do presentation quality results for this analysis, whether or not you're running your application interactively or as the case may be, as a command line or a console application. So the last but not the least, if you are unhappy or not completely satisfied with some of the functionality that is already pre-built, you can implement new algorithm, change some interfaces using simple and very intuitive rules of state space model forecasting. And we would actually like to welcome you to do that. The community of the people who are contributing to Time Series Foundation is very small, but